The science program at ICHK is developed in a way that allows students to transition through Egan's cognitive dispositions. We really move them from the romantic side in years 7 through 9, where they're engaging in a lot of hands-on activities, up into that philosophical mindset where they begin to engage with more complex curriculum. They're looking at the world from many different perspectives and hopefully transitioning towards that ironic side where they grapple with some of the complexities in how science really presents itself to people in the real world. So the key aims as we move through our program in science really are to help students build an understanding of the world and the way that they interact with it. You know, if you come back to human technologies and the 5+1 model that ICHK is based on, and what we really try to bring into every aspect of what we do is to allow students to have agency as adults so that the way that they interact with the world around them is informed. So whether they go into science or they go into another field in their later years as an adult, we want them to be able to make informed decisions, to understand where the technology that they interact with on a regular basis comes from, and honestly how that impacts the larger world around them. From the very beginning, we open their eyes to the world of thinking like a scientist so that students continually develop the skills necessary to engage with real scientific inquiry. And you'll see that at the end of every single year when they do the engineering fair. That bridges the gap into 10 and 11, where in GCSE they begin to actually develop some core foundational knowledge in which they can then engage with more thorough, richer data out there in the real world. And we've been lucky enough at ICHK to build some really wonderful relationships with the community. And our IB students often end up doing real research out there. We've had a couple of unique opportunities even through the pandemic where they've published papers. They have worked with scientists collecting data that influences Hong Kong government decisions. And we're really excited to keep that going through the next couple of years. We engage with technology in every aspect of our lives today, but very few people actually understand how technology is developed, where it comes from, how it influences the way that we behave. And to me, understanding those tools and how we use them in our regular life comes from, at least in part, a foundational understanding of the science behind them. And so my aim for students ultimately at the end of the day at ICHK is whether they enter the field of engineering or medicine or veterinary medicine, or they end up an artist, a musician, a teacher, is that they have the agency as adults to make decisions that are rooted in the basic concepts of science, that they can engage with the world around them. They understand climate change. Their behaviors as consumers are influenced by where those products come from and what that footprint is to the world around us. And I think ultimately all science teachers are trying to do is help students create this interdisciplinary mindset so that they can engage with the world around them and leave it a better place.